And welcome back to week 14 of This Week in Wrestling in Mom's Basement. I, of course, am Patrick Young. This guy to my right, he can wear lipstick and eyeshadow and put a black veil over his head and probably has a better chance of beating Finn Balor as the Demon than Bray Wyatt does Joe Benito.
Thank you. This is our news and rumors this week. There's one big story circulating this week about Neville.
Yep.
That's at the end of the video. Rest of the week there's a lot of rumors or little snippets of news. So we'll get to it about Survivor Series on the SmackDown side.
Yep.
And for SmackDown, it looks like we're looking at them to be building towards a Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus a Shane McMahon AJ Styles match for Survivor Series.
There are also other rumors going around. I know that Survivor Series is actually supposed to be like a bragging rights, more Raw versus SmackDown. Maybe it's just ideas they're throwing against the wall and seeing what they can come up with right now. They actually probably should plan this out already.
Survivor Series is a long time away.
It's next month.
Yeah, it's like 5 weeks.
It's not that far away.
It's 5 weeks. They got time.
Well, anyway, I guess it could work, yeah. Really would depend on what they have planned for Jinder. Which Jinder's next contender should probably be AJ at this point.
AJ trying to lose to somebody.
AJ is Jinder's last hope at having a good pay-per-view match.
AJ trying to lose to somebody with 0% of his talent.
Exactly.
So you're not for the tag match?
It sounds fine by me, but I'm just wondering if it would actually happen. Just with plans and all changing.
Jinder's scheduled to face Brock at Survivor Series. SmackDown's next pay-per-view is until December 17th. Also.
True, but you and I know both know plans can change 10 times by Monday.
Yeah, but they already hit at AJ in the feud.
True, AJ did talk about it, yeah.
Yeah, that seems to be the next logical step, and then him and Shane will probably overcome them. And then his reward is probably, he finally has his one-on-one rematch for the WWE Championship at Clash of Champions.
Yeah.
Against the Singh brothers. Moving on, when he returns from injury, Samoa Joe is scheduled to be feuding with Braun Strowman and Finn Balor.
Okay. At the same time.
Apparently.
Maybe Finn will be on Braun's shoulders.
What do you think it'll be at the same time?
Yes.
For real?
Yeah.
It's probably a number one contenders feud.
Yeah, oh yeah.
To see who gets to be suplexed on the road to Roman.
Yeah. Let's see. Joe's lost to Lesnar, Braun's lost to Lesnar.
So Finn wins, so he's the next Roman opponent anyway.
Joe and Braun with Roman have lost to Lesnar.
So Finn, yeah. Right. Joe, I feel like right now will be a better fit to move to SmackDown at this point.
Yeah.
Because or not, he's just going to be part of the role booking of you're just in the way. You're just in Brock and Roman's way until WrestleMania.
You're just a body that they have to get through to meet each other at Mania. And I think this also more or less solidifies that Roman is probably the top pick for the Rumble this year in Philly.
Well, if Raw has the Elimination Chamber,
they haven't learned shit.
If Raw has the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view, like rumored, Brock's not doing a chamber.
That's true, yeah.
So Raw's going to need a reason for their chamber match. Unless something about revolutionizing women. There's a good chance Roman may be the number one contender crown that.
That's true.
But I don't see why the winner of the Rumble has to face the person that's on the ring. I'm just saying. It wasn't like that before.
No, it wasn't.
Nah. Even if they do stay on her brain, you can at least build some mystery.
I actually believe specifically in 2007 when Taker won the Royal Rumble,
The next night.
they actually had all three champions.
The next night, yeah.
The World Heavyweight to WWE and the ECW.
Right, and that's what they should do. If Roman wins the Rumble,
And Taker had his choice.
have Brock show up on Raw the next night if he's not doing nothing.
He would choose the one that was on his brand, though, so
Right, but at least they build injury.
that's true.
Have Brock show up on Raw the next night if he's not doing anything the night of the Rumble.
And I believe that segment actually happened on Raw.
It did the next night. Have Jinder, AJ, show up on Raw the next night, and have Drew McIntyre show up on Raw the next night.
Then have whoever the NXT Women's Champion is.
Right, and then Roman could choose from there.
Exactly.
And his best bet will probably be anybody but Brock.
And have the United Kingdom Champion show up too.
Right. Now it's sad news, speaking of NXT moment. NXT alumnus may be leaving us soon. But the second one this week. And he's going to do a special tribute for us right now.
No.
There are some social media posts, along with absence from TV. And her increased work outside the company has a gorgeous smile. Sorry. That's a good thing. Has led to increased speculation that Summer Rae may be departing us. I mean, she did not. She's done with WWE.
So, let's just reconfirm. Summer Rae is, in fact, as far as we know,
Alive and well.
alive and well.
And gorgeous. And she may be
Yes.
done WWE. I'll get to anime. Take it.
Yeah, Joe's reacting this way because Summer is actually my wrestling crush.
Of all time. His favorite woman wrestler. They had to know.
She's not my favorite women's wrestler of all time.
Oh. I don't know why you're so upset about this.
I'm not upset. You are.
Well, tell them how you feel that Summer leaving us. Is that a humongous loss?
I wish it was actually a bigger deal for WWE losing her. I really do. I thought she had a ton of potential, especially in NXT. She played a very good bitchy character there, and then she came up to the main roster and actually made Fandango special right at the beginning of his Fandango run. And then after that, it was sort of, they would use her in some instances and they wouldn't. And I wish it was a big deal because I actually enjoyed her work in NXT.
This is a big deal. Like, this just...
And she is my wrestling crush. So.
This just shook up the Raw's women's division. Right now. As we know it.
No, it didn't.
This is might be bigger than Asuka coming in next summer.
How's someone who's been injured for a year shaking up the women's roster?
Because she was the foundation that held it together. Now this is like a sinkhole. Now the whole division's going to crumble without her. They need some stability now without Summer Rae. Everywhere you went, you wondered, where is Summer? Like, people wanted Asuka versus Summer as the Mania match, actually. Do they not?
No.
Then I'm sorry for you losers who don't want Summer in titles. Summer is a gigantic list in WWE because she did nothing in her career. Kelly has a big career.
Unfortunately, yes.
Maybe not. They're both got the same skill wise. That's Summer's better.
Yeah.
Summer will always be remembered to me as the lady who never got out of her car in the parking lot in Philly.
That is true.
At Money in the Bank 2013.
She drove in the parking lot with her car. She didn't get out. We didn't see her walk by us. So she may still, in fact, actually be in that car in the Wells Fargo Center.
In reality, I actually think this is good because then I could get somebody else to fill in the role that she had on TV. And this is another opportunity.
What, being injured for a year?
No, this is another opportunity for a new woman to get pushed down and take her spot. Summer's going to handle the pressure, so.
First off, it was like a good 2 months from the brand split to when she actually got injured.
This is a good chance
They did not use her once.
This is a good chance.
Not once.
You gotta make somebody take advantage of this now that she's gone. She left a big gap open.
The non-existent gap?
Yes.
The last time she showed up was at the Mae Young Classic, clapping next to Asuka.
Because Sasha was on tour. That's why she was there. She had somebody to replace Sasha.
Exactly.
Right, so this is gonna be interesting to see how things play out. Like, do they call somebody up? Do they give another woman roll her rope? Like, where do they go from her?
However, we should also speculate. We should also say that this is actually a rumor. Nothing has actually been confirmed. Summer has not actually.
She's gone.
She has not actually officially left the company.
I called her gone months ago when she was doing all her Heyman Hustle beautiful modeling picture. She found a great career for paying for herself because she was going nowhere with this woman's roster.
Yeah.
She was just been a jobber anyway. So best of luck in your future endeavors, Danielle Moynette. 2013 to 2011 to 2017.
It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. And I'll take with me the memory
Of summer
to
rain.
be my sunshine.
Because of
After
summer
the rain.
Because of summer rain.
It's summer rain.
And in company news, not WWE news, in indie company news.
Okay, in the grand scheme of wrestling, we may have actually wasted too much time on that.
No, but we did want to do a special tribute, we said.
And look, I did a dramatic reading of a Boyz II Men song.
Right.
That I've given A+ to.
In indie news, Evolve's been teasing a major change in the wake of their fallout lawsuit thingy with Flow Sports, yeah. And there's talk it could involve an even closer relationship with WWE.
Well, Evolve has been looking close with WWE for years now.
Mm-hmm.
So it would be interesting to see where that goes next to.
I'm assuming when they be closer, I'm assuming that means they'll be the first current company to be on the network.
Yeah.
Outside WWE. So,
yeah, because there's been talk throughout this year, especially, of like Progress, Revolution, ICW.
So this may be the first of them to be joining.
Yeah. And the included fan polls for TNA, Ring of
Honor also being included.
PWG, I think, was also one of the companies as well.
Yeah. After Survivor Series, one or both of these guys are going to be involved in the Team Shimmer Sumo match. AJ Styles is being considered as the next challenger for Jinder Mahal's WWE title.
So it's after Survivor Series.
Yes.
So
both guys.
If they aren't going for a brand versus brand,
one or both men are to be involved in Team Shane versus Team Mo's match.
Okay, so
one or both men might be.
So AJ or Mahal are in the match.
Right. But it would be 5-on-5. Team Shane versus Team Mo.
Oh, okay, all right, yeah.
That's
all right.
Yeah. Well, if it's one man,
I got you.
If it's one man, it's AJ. It's AJ, Shane, it's Owens, it's Sammy.
Yeah.
If it's both
Mahal, there's gonna be more people.
It's gonna be a traditional.
There's gonna be 5 other people.
It's probably gonna be a traditional match, and they won't be. They won't be doing the brag race thing then. They'll be.
Yeah.
Which means Brock could just squash somebody more deserved. Brock will squash a better wrestler.
Yes.
Bray Wyatt was not on last week's house show circuit. Was prompted some injury speculation, but Wrestling Observer Dave Meltzer says that that's not the case. It's more likely he's being kept on the wraps until the in-ring reveal of his sister Abigail gimmick. And we'll get more into this in the reviews of the shows, but
no, then there's really nothing to say right now.
His reaction.
If we can't really talk about the sister Abigail thing.
Well, you can talk about it. It's smart to pull some off of house shows until the reveal begins.
If the character is interesting, then yes.
The character's not interesting.
I'll leave it at that.
Alright, moving on. PI Insider's reporting that Bradley Cooper is still considering taking the role of Vince McMahon in the Pandemonium, that's the title, biopic.
That's actually a good title for Vince McMahon biopic.
Yeah.
Someone's been doing their homework.
But Brian Cooper's away in a revised script before signing on, but also he's never interested.
I'm kind of also hoping to hold out for Total Debacle.
Mm.
Because that used to be, Vince's line in the WrestleMania arcade game. It's a total debacle.
For me, I'm surprised that WWE looks like they actually get Brian Cooper for this.
Yeah.
It looks like
Vince only gets the best for himself.
Yeah, yeah. So for you, Vince is the best person to actually play Vince.
Even like Vince playing Boyhood Vince is probably the best.
But remember that leaked script a few months back? It was like a full story. It was around WrestleMania. Actually, it was like WrestleMania week 15 up. Remember he met Linda at a strip club?
Oh yeah.
Not in church like they really did. And she got pregnant with Shane.
However, I believe in an interview with Linda, she was asked about that, and I believe she actually gave the church story.
Yeah, the church story is true. They met in church.
Yeah.
But I don't think Linda was a stripper. And
the movie was he met Linda at the strip. Right.
It was he met Linda at a strip club, and they had sex, and they had Shane. And he gave her the money.
Is this a Mr. McMahon movie and not a Vince McMahon movie?
And then he gave Linda money to raise Shane, but then he wanted to be Shane's wife. And I'm not sure where Steffi comes in, how they conceive her. Well, I mean, it's Steffi, but have some of the philanthropy.
Yeah. She's gonna say I was born out of my father.
But it looks like a biopic means it's going to be an actual biography,
yeah,
and not a fictional character.
I wonder if Bradley Cooper's Vince McMahon's voice.
Yeah, I know that. I'm not sure. Now I'm not sure if he can pull off. In terms of being Vince from when he was younger, I could definitely say no. I always did say Brian Cooper did look like the love child of Vince and Linda.
I still hold fast to the fact that the only person that can play Vince McMahon, baby, toddler, teenager, adult Vince McMahon is Vince McMahon. What? God damn it! I want my rattle.
According to UFC president Dana White, Brock Lesnar's WWE contract doesn't expire now until August of 2018.
Okay. So after Mania this year, if he doesn't sign a new contract, we get five more months of Brock.
Yeah. Fuck my life.
It depends on what type of Brock we get. If it's at the end of his contract, odds are it's going to be lazy Brock Lesnar.
Right, it looks like that Star Wars.
Yeah.
Impact Wrestling is said to consider running future TV tapings in major markets like New York, Chicago, and Philadelphia.
As the growth-wise for a wrestling company,
Smart.
it's a smart move. Will people actually care about it? Yeah, probably not.
If it's at the East Arena, I'll go. I have nothing to do with this.
Yeah, I might go to. Well, if you get tickets, odds are I'm going. So.
Right, so you're being forced to.
Yes.
I'm not going by myself right now. Put that store over here. That's the main store. What is that? The Shield reunion isn't expected to last beyond the rest of the end of the year.
I didn't think it would.
No. We'll get more into this.
It's something for Roman to do between now and Mania.
Right.
And it'll probably set up the Dean versus Seth feud at Mania.
Mm-hmm. Apparently, Kevin Dunn didn't shoot Nakamura's entrance on SmackDown. Well, he was interacting with the crowd ringside like normal because it was too close to empty seats. And that's at ringside.
Yeah. Yeah, they gotta do something about the empty seats. They seem to be getting worse.
Yeah.
Or at least the coverage on them seem to be a lot worse than they were before.
Yeah. It's Jinder and Brock's fault.
Yeah, they're the main champions. They're not drawing shit. I don't know how Brock's expected to draw shit either when he's not even in the building. That's usually a big part of it.
And not sure if Jinder's not expected to draw when he's not on the show.
Actually, I don't even expect Jinder to draw, so. I'm not hindering Jinder.
He is the modern day Maharaja.
I don't hinder Jinder.
I know.
However, he can't draw for shit, so. Well, not that draw. He may be a good draw, he may be a good doodler, but he doesn't draw money.
And this is going to draw. Billy Corgan's NWA. The NWA is planning to start running their new shows in the spring of 2018.
It could draw. Who knows? Bring the NWA back to prominence it hasn't seen in
Since the TNADs.
almost 40 years.
Since the TNADs. NWA, TNA.
Oh yeah, they were a part of them, weren't they?
Yes.
And then TNA got too big for them and decided to leave.
Right. Oh, yeah. Jimmy Jacobs was fired because of posted a picture a couple weeks back during the Bull Club's invasion of Raw, and that was apparently the final straw anyway. Because there's been hints of according to personal sheet that there were issues between him and others in management before that.
Yeah. Well, just to start, it probably wasn't necessarily the smartest idea. I'm not sure if it, from before and got him his job, but it's probably not the best idea to do that, in fact.
Good for you, Jimmy Jacobs. Number one, because the Bull Club did nothing wrong.
Bull Club did nothing wrong.
You didn't do nothing wrong for taking pictures with your friends. Number two. Number three, they didn't like you because you were a wrestler on the creative team.
That is true, yes. And that his stuff actually ended up being good.
Right.
And he actually wrote the segment for Vince and Kevin Owens.
Yeah. Okay, but you may continue.
WWE seemed, especially, they gave them the cease and desist. It probably wasn't necessarily the smartest idea to be seen with them if you wanted to keep your job. You probably could have gone out there and talked to them, but I don't think necessarily taking a picture and posting it on your own social media account is necessarily the smartest idea.
The only thing I can think of is he was trying to get fired.
Probably.
Yeah. Yeah.
That would be my best guess, yes.
The decision was made to have Kalisto win the Cruiserweight Championship on Raw to take advantage of it being Eddie Guerrero's birthday. And use that to help Kalisto get over.
I hate that idea. I think Kalisto doing that, even mentioning something like that, or even at least having that thought means you only care about it for that moment and that's why you did it. It wasn't like a long drawn out process of weeks and then getting up to that where you build up, hey, Kalisto has a good omen, it's Eddie Guerrero's birthday, or Michael Cole mentioned. But just booking that for that purpose, I don't think is a good idea. I think it literally is a very short-sighted move, because especially you have a pay-per-view coming up where that's a pay-per-view match. And also, it puts more focus on Eddie Guerrero and reminds fans of Eddie Guerrero and his work. And I could go watch that now instead of watching Kalisto win this match.
And Kalisto's not Eddie. So.
And Kalisto's nowhere near the talent of Eddie.
So there's that.
And he would probably admit that.
Yeah.
So I do believe he's a big Eddie Guerrero fan. I believe that wholeheartedly.
Right.
But still, he's not Eddie Guerrero. He's not Rey Mysterio.
Mm-mm.
And I hate those comparisons as well.
He's not Sin Cara.
Well, no, he's better than Sin Cara. I'll give him that.
Well, but he's not Sin Cara.
Even a Botch Cara, not a Hunakara.
Right. He's not Sin Cara. Just remember it.
For the fans that know, Hunakara was the fake Sin Cara, or I believe they call him Sin Cara Negro, and Sin Cara Azul was Mystico.
Speaking of Azul, going back to the Azul brain, Peter Isar says the original play for Luke Harper and Eric Rowan's new gimmick was the Model M1 demolition, but it's not clear the Bludgeon. This is me botching it. Bludgeon. The Bludgeon brothers are part of that plane or a different one. Did you get demolition vibe? I got the vibe in terms of they're probably going to be demolishing stuff, but I didn't get demolition vibe. And that's a good thing, because look what happened to the Ascension.
That's true. They're on a whole
Road Warrior
completely Road Warrior demolition. And then they would proceed to say that they were better than demolition of the Road Warriors. It's kind of like the Kalisto mentioning Ray and Eddie thing. And giving Kalisto the Cruiserweight title because it's Eddie Guerrero's birthday. It doesn't necessarily help the talent mentioning that. It should at most be just a little thing the commentators say. But no, for the so-called Bludgeon Brothers, I didn't get a demolition vibe from them. It felt different. It felt more intimidating and spooky than the demolition actually was.
This is going to be ASD. If you all know, it's okay. What's Bludgeon mean?
I think how they were using it was the hammers that were on their shoulders.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But bludgeons are really like hitting somebody over the head with something heavy.
Okay.
I actually thought the weapon was more like a club, but it might be a hammer.
Okay. I guess this is piggybacking off this. It's also believed that the 2B clue from Fashion Files was referring to the new team. But at this point, there doesn't really any point to use Breezango's comedy segments to set up angles or debut new teams.
The thing I've always had in the back of my head with Fashion Files, with debuting a new team, was that if it was the Authors of Pain, or if it was Harper and Rowan, that would be a little too silly for them to debut in that manner. Like I could have seen like Summer Rae being actually behind it, or Primo Napkel actually behind it, or maybe
the Ascension.
It would be a bit more of a stretch, but maybe that's how American Alpha would turn you.
Right. Or the Hype Bros even.
Exactly. If you're trying to debut a badass team, I'm not sure if that's how you bring them in.
And probably
that's always been a little shaky for me.
And it probably want to help Breezango's momentum that they would just get destroyed by that said team anyway.
Exactly.
It was a base. Exactly. So it's probably better just to keep them as commie angles. And be something goofy like when Arn Anderson was revealed to have killed Tully.
Yeah.
The horse, back on the indies. Taya Valkyrie says she will be part of Lucha Underground Season 4. Or so will be Season 4.
Okay.
That leads to sit down that there will be more stars working for Impact and LU should the El Rey show continue, which it doesn't look like it will be.
My initial thought about that is, I wonder if there's some sort of reciprocity there. I'm wondering if it goes both ways. If LU talent could show up on Impact, can Impact stars show up on Lucha Underground?
Well, with Taya and Munda, her fiance Jai Mundo, they are signed, I believe, to Impact contracts as well. So they're not just working there. Fortunately, I think they are. Now, like you said, I'm not sure if like Rosemary is allowed to show up on Lucha Underground.
Yeah, like,
or Lashley,
Rosemary, or Lashley, or EC3.
I'm not sure Lucha Underground benefits from this.
Exactly.
Or is it just to keep Impact afloat?
Yeah. If so, I think Impact Wrestling didn't give them a clause that they tried to give the Hardys, where if they get independent bookings, you have to pay them a percentage of that.
Yeah.
So they're at least learning, if that's true.
Back to our modern day Maharaja.
Yep. Our modern day Fail Haraja.
Just one sentence here, but he's apparently dealing with a shoulder injury.
I did read a little bit more about this. It was
there was one.
Yeah. It was on another site. I completely forget where it is.
These all come from case ICs, by the way.
It may have actually been Wrestling News Source. It may have been that. But it was for house shows, he actually wears a kinesiology tape on his shoulder.
Sorry.
But for TV, he actually doesn't wear that. And then there was also speculation of it being sort of a long-term nagging injury instead of actual just out of nowhere, let's bam, he's injured. So it's probably something he's working. It's definitely something he's working through.
Gender
it may actually be something he's going to work through.
Gender, from one modern day Maharaja to another. Let me tell you, it's not smart to work through injury. You gotta let it go. Take a break.
Like this song is Frozen, let it go.
Take a break. Take time off to past WrestleMania. Relax, come back into WrestleMania as a rightful place as enhancement talent on Raw. Because nobody wants to see you on SmackDown. There's plenty of time for you to grow on Raw. Just get your ass off of SmackDown. Go over to Raw. Nobody come to me for Raw. Nobody wants that. And just stay there as a enhancement talent where you were before the Superstar shakeup. And nobody will miss you. That's my advice, because I don't want to see you get injured on the run of your career. Alright, that sounds stupid.
Keep a straight face there, could you?
Everybody knows stupid. But, Jinder, this is from one modern day Maharaja to another.
You're not Maharaja.
Alright, from one...
You're not an Indian ruler.
From one king to another.
You're not even Indian.
From one king to another. Do not do this to yourself. You do not want to work for a shoulder injury in this sport. Because that shoulder injury could work its way up to your neck and be worse.
It could also work its way down to the heart. And then take a sharp turn down to your kidneys.
Alright, on that note, we have a few more stories come up, and then we'll get to Neville. See you in a little bit. Bye.
Bye.